I'm Dr. Bud Holcomb, and this is another episode of Psychiatry for the People. Last week we talked about emotional healing, or the need to grieve. The first is denial. I don't remember my childhood, or that was a long time ago and I'm over all that. Underneath that, there's anger/anxiety. They're flip sides of the same emotion. When we stuff it, we suffer anxiety or worry or stress. When we open it up, it comes out as anger or acting out in angry or aggressive ways. And anger always destroys. Underneath that, bargaining is the term we use to describe ways to cope with the world or defense mechanisms that at one time were the best solution available. Maybe if I just stay under the radar and don't have any needs of my own, then things will be better. Maybe if I'm the best athlete or the best student or the toughest badass who ever lived, then things will be better. But we find ourselves still coping in the same way in our current lives in a way that doesn't apply and gets us in trouble. But if children or baby mammals didn't have the attention or listening that we all need, then it was painful. It was sad because it was lonely. Primates cannot tolerate loneliness because everything eats primates. A baby primate left alone in the wild won't survive the day. So it's the sadness that has always been there that must be embraced or felt so that it can be grieved. Then we can come to a place of acceptance or calmness or emotional health. We are emotional animals to the core, and suffering is emotional. We don't suffer from maladaptive thoughts or assumptions. We suffer from the emotions or feelings that we carry. What we suffer is emotional, healing is an emotional process, and health is an emotional place. See if this doesn't sound familiar. Jesus goes through the denial. I am not the chosen one. I am not the Son of God. The anger. Why, Father, have you forsaken me? I'm going to go kick over the marketplace. The bargaining. Maybe if I starve myself in the desert for 40 days, then things will be better. But eventually, the sadness or pain must be embraced, symbolized through the crucifixion, in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. The Buddha story 500 years earlier is identical. You'll find this theme in almost all of our stories. So hopefully the take-home message is that whenever you are aware of anxiety/anger or the symptoms of depression, especially decreased mood, guilt, and decreased self-esteem, then there is sadness or hurt underneath that must be felt. What we resist persists. The fear and the ways that we protect ourselves against the pain are no longer necessary, and we don't have to suffer them in our current lives. We used to know this before medicine was a business. Good grief, or good grief, Charlie Brown, or I had a good cry, then I slept like a baby. Thanks for watching. Next week, we'll talk about sleep.